Welcome back to the sea. What do we have on the show today? Today we got a package in from Mr. Gerald in Florida. And it comes courtesy of the USPS Priority Squish. As you can see, in here is an Amiga 4000 that has been greatly impacted. I've sent the owner photos of, it's supposed to sit like this. So there's your crunch. Here's a flat surface. The 90 would be here. A little bit of crunch. So before I opened it, I just wanted to, let the owner know this got a little beat up. We're gonna crack it open. I'm not using the Klingon death blade. I'm using a razor knife to carefully just cut through the tape, and we're gonna see what's in here. Oh no, peanuts. They're gonna get everywhere. On the float. Alright. Before we get started, we're going to open this up. So it says, Dear Dr. Chris, thank you for looking at my Amiga 4000D. I have my computer in a power tower case with a mediator board. I know the feeling. The computer was running when a fan I had in the case slipped out of place, landed on top of the mediator. I pushed a cable aside to see if I could retrieve it. The fan shifted against the CPU. There was a little blue flash, and the computer turned off.
Shit.
Disconnected all the related cables, reseated everything, and tried to boot it up again. All I get now is the power light comes on and a black screen. I've tried different CPUs, different kickstarts, with or without the mediator, 2 different power supplies, nothing. Just the black screen. I did check my power supply. 4.9 on the 5 volt, 11.85 on the 12, and 11.19 on the negative. Ground is ground, 4.9 on the power line, okay. Any help you can give me is much appreciated. I'm enclosing money for the return trip and some wobble pops. Well, I thank you, but I will not touch this. $40 US. I will not touch this at all unless I can do anything with this. Why? Can't you fix anything? I can't fix everything, and I've had a bad luck of runs with the 4000 machines. Not only battery damage, but power zapped. This is an 030 on this model. Pop the CPU off here. Move this. And this is a very nice board. Check this out. It looks wonderful. It was used in it's got an ASIL sticker on it, so this is Paul's doing. Paul's fault. And it was working fine, and until it wasn't. If you saw a flash of blue light off of the CPU, meaning something grounded off of one of the Kel connector pins, I don't know. 323 ROMs in 4 CPU pins, which I have a habit of losing. So looking a visual over the board, I mean, it looks great. This is an ASIL board that was done in 2021 March by Mr. Paul. NTSC 636 megahertz energizer, loose batteries, done on a machine that you don't even need a battery for anymore, because U177 looks great, as does 976, 975. That's the girls of death on a 4000 that usually give you problems, along with 891, the fast RAM controller. It has a hodgepodge of 1 metal tin socket, 2 white, 2 black. This battery's as loose as Pam Anderson after Tommy Lee. Yep. So we'll go ahead and remove that. That can be fixed by bending the top down again, but it is diode blocked. We have a Super Buster 11. Where do we start? I don't know. The screw here. Look at that. She's been, you are being tight, and there is no questions about it. That one's been torqued to belief, and then on the other side of the riser here, the one we just looked at has been torqued to super stretched specifications there. 2 organic polymer through-hole replacement caps with standard CH, that's Panasonic regular caps. Before I break anything, I'm going to carefully just remove the SIMs. Very careful, because they're as brittle as your grandmom's back, and they would snap off quicker than you could say, damn. Metal clamp on the chip RAM, which is, uniquely odd. So that one's been changed at some point in time. I pushed the cable aside to see if I could retrieve the fan that fell on top of the mediator board. The fan shifted against the CPU. A blue flash, and the computer shut off. A blue flash. So that would be a ground or an arc, but CIAs are unbuffered chips. This is an original untouched power connector, which is fine, but I like to fill these up right here like they owe me money. Just re-tin them and fill them up. They'll get cold solder joints and that rod will arc. Oh my. Well, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, and I don't know if this is a previous repair or not. Notice anything different about this side of the board underneath the hard drive cable? That's something. No, we still got connectivity, so that's not it. It just burned the mask has been separated, so the line is there and it's still there. It's making contact, but I can physically move it. It's delaminated from the board. So I haven't even busted out Amiga PCB Explorer or my Sprint layout stuff. We're just doing some visual checks. This is a Rev B dated 3/94 according to its production sticker. 4 years ago, it was recapped and worked fine until an accident. Now, the fuse has been folded over. Is the fuse still good? That would make it not work like immediately. The fuse is still good. So, we got an ASIL 2021 4 years ago. Production number ends 3994. Doesn't mean it's 1994. Chip date codes are all 93. So we're going to say about 93. I can literally, like, push on this. Can you see this moving? Two ways I do it. I use this stuff called Sally Hansen Extreme Wear. It is a nail polish for the ladies, or the dudes if you need it. And it's green, and it looks like this. You're thinking, damn, Sally? And it's brighter green, but has a little metal bowl in there you gotta shake up for maximum whatever. And it's code 359, and it's tan lime. So, seal that back up. It'll dry. It will dry at the same color green as the board. It darkens as it dries. I also have UV solder mask, but I'm going to need the gluing capacity, the fingernail polish. Sorry to Kirk out there. I saw another burn. It's just the solder mask falling off. Amiga PCB Explorer is a great site to check your board. They don't have 3000s. I wish they would, but I have the sprints for that. Just like I thought. Look where it goes. It's also a main power rail going right beside the bus and to that line and down. And it is a 12 volt rail. 12 volts have multiple destinations, and Amiga PCB Explorer will tell me. So the power connector, D175, let's see if it's good. It would have exploded. It's a diode for a 12 volt. I've seen some weird shit. Come back to another day, getting prepped for testing. I have went and used some Sally Hansen on there. You'll see a difference in green. It's not as bright. There is a line. It's only one coat to hold it in and seal it. And what we're going to do now is we're going to use the Half-Num from Mr. Linux Jedi. And that is a sim tester. Now you use this without the unit on, and basically it tells design for the Amiga 4000 Acorn 72 pin. It just shows you use it when the motherboard's not powered. It will self-power the traces to test the connections between the sim socket and the LED. Light the connections that the LEDs work. So it shows you simply how it works. Plug it in, press the button. You can see we're good. These four parity don't usually light up. It's parity 1 through 4. In acquiring this, this comes from retrosupplies.co.uk. There it is. It's called the Half-Num Amiga Kit. Store, amigakit.com, Amiga Store Kit Store. They sell these relatively inexpensive. The 4000 had an issue with thin wires at one time, so I doubled my wire up. I doubled it up, and it's been fine. Make sure you have the cleanest desk possible. Sarcasm. Because, yeah. So before I swap tips, I'm pulling this Wep Tools tip out. Not dropping it. And putting in the chisel tip. Love these things. WepTools.com. CER10, my code. Get 10% off. There's some Amazon affiliate links because I make like 38 cents. I appreciate it. Even if you just click it. Alright, we're going to turn this on. I'm going to put some solder on the power header where that rail fried. This goes through here, Magic and Science. And that's one of your power rails. I'm sorry I'm left-handed, I might be in the way. Just gotta get some heat in here and reflow this like a big dog and like fill it the hell up. See that? See the difference? Maybe, I don't know. It's just a reassurance for me because I've had these, you've seen it before, I've had these fry out on me. Do you see that knob of brown crap like right around here? Well, there's some CPU pins that are just so close together. I mean, they're not touching, but they are bent like really close together. You can see a gap tooth in the one over here. I'm gonna spend some minutes to clean this up. So for the cleaner of choice today, we're using Hooper's Hooch. It's 99% isopropyl alcohol and comes off of Amazon. I'll put a part link in the description below if I remember. But the bottle is custom from Mr. Hooper himself. And I've used it on the channel for everything. So again, thank you, Chris. We call these 3630s, but the official name is 3200. Yeah, 3200, 3400. It says it right there. 020 or 030 boards these came with. I'm going to try Mr. Jonathan's. I don't want to run it. I have a power light stuck in whatever. I think that's low. Black screen of death, as usual. Black screen of death. Black screen of death. Alright, first thing to come out, this thing. Here is my 3630. It says okay, and I don't have an FPU. But, you know, just for testing purposes. To get a video display, I get a black screen of death. You can see, but you can't see. Usually that's CIA death. Alright, next step in the endeavor. Jonard IC extractor. We're going to pull the kickstarts out carefully. Diagram high, diagram low. Alright, we're going to do COM4 large font, original diagram 9600 891. And let's see what happens this time on this. If we get any diagram, it'll display on the right screen before it does the left screen. Here we go. Energize, and that chick is effing dead.
This chick is toast!
Dead, dead, dead. Diagram won't even load. You fried something. Fudge. Man, damn it. Hate AGA machines. Well, I can start by doing some more beep beep testing on some ferrite beads. Because that's a freaking fun nightmare. It's hot in here. Ah, yeah. This is the crap that like takes forever and ever and ever. $3,000s, $2,000s, $500s. No problem. These double-sided bastards are a pain in the butt. Alright, this will help me a little more. As you can see, compared to Amiga PCB, only thing I can't do is flip the board, you know. So if I click the rail that blew up, which is this one, you can clearly see a nice hot pink. It's traces. Where it goes, what it goes to. The resistor is 178 on the bottom. I mean, it's getting power. But right here is the line that smoked. It didn't break at all. It just became burnt off and delaminated from the board.
2 hours later.
Saw a spark, a blue spark, and then it stopped working. The blue spark was on the mediator board. The mediator board is powered through the Zorro slot. Zorro slot had that plug. That would have been the spark that fried that line and everything else on the 12-volt circuit. Today's interrupter is brought to us by... It's Kevin. There's a last year Ram Air Cherry Red Camaro for sale up the street. We'll buy it. He's got a crappy Mustang. Sorry, dude, don't like Fords. Fix or repair daily. Now I want to buy my Firebird. Comes with a lot of extra goodies. I see a parking spot. I'm going to take a mental health break to figure out and come back. It's probably going to be a CIA. God, this camera is just asshole. This diode right here is cracked. See it shattered underneath my not so crusty thumb? It's 11:37 p.m. Got the Biden brain going. It's very late and I'm very tired. I'll see you in a minute. It's 9:47 a.m. I've been up for a while. Here's a parts board. There's nothing left of her, but she's got the diodes that are not shattered. Also, you can see some CIA socket work way back in the day. So I'm going to remove those and I'm going to swap these over. Just making sure they're blocking. So they're blocking. These, right there, not blocking. It's going right through. So it's grounding it out. One shattered diode. And the area I'm working is literally right here. So there we go. And the original diode here is not supposed to allow current through. And I'll just move this here because magic and science will touch it. And open line. Here, no more open line. So we're not injecting 12 volts into the rail. Does that fix the unit? So that is one of the main power coupling rails for your plus 12 right off the rail. So we're going to put the owner's CPU back on. Low, stuck in low. So we got some other burn. We have nothing on diagram at all, but I do have a solid green cursor. Power should be flowing appropriately. Unless it blew a CIA also. I am getting the greens, the black screen of death. I'll let it sit. It's not going to work because diagram would load. Standard kickstarts are going to do the same thing on the 323s. Serial's not working. What controls serial? CIAs. What is crucial in booting an Amiga? CIAs. What is in the direct line of fire after those diodes? CIAs. How much are CIAs? They're 50 British monies. Now, let's do the conversion. I'm going to need 2 of them. So that's $100. Problem is, I'm in America. So shipping is going to eat my bacon. So 100 pounds plus 36. So that's 136 pounds. 185 US dollars. 136 pounds sterling is $185. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. See? Now do you know why I don't like repairing Amiga 1200s, 600s, or 4000s, and I stick to the OCS, ECS? Oh my God, that is crazy. Well, let me get these ordered, and I'll see you in a minute. Alright, so we're going to use the Thermal Master P2, and we're going to see if this is on, if anything's all messed up. We have a voltage regulator. That's, woo, we have that. Come on, damn thing. We have a 745. That's hot as hell. We have 2 CIAs. We have 2 IDE gals. We have a delay line. ROMs, my CPU. Ramsey, told. Keyboard buffer. Can't see. Yep. We have a buster, not doing anything. We have another gal. 745 for Alice. Or Lisa, I'm sorry. There's Lisa. There's Alice. There's our chip RAM. Good. There is, yep, Paula. And that is a video deck. And that is a fusible link. That is very hot. U304 here is this chip. And let's see what its signals are. 12 volt, LED, cutoff, CIA, RTS, sound familiar? That's serial, ground, negative 12. Oh look, it's coming right off of that damn diode too. Right off of the diode. Transmit. So we got 2 more ferrite beads in the top north I gotta check. You know, ferrite beads can crack. So here's the chip in question in reality when we were thermal cameraing these 6 little bastards. This is a 75-188. This is where a lot of your parts come from. I have had about 12 of these at one time, but over the years, past 15 years, we have barfed them all down to nothing. Land of if it's free, give me 3. Getting those heat soaked out of the norm chips out, replacing them, see if we get life enough to where we can start scoping some signals if that doesn't bring her back around. 5:40 p.m. Went out shopping for uranium glass all day on one of my new hobbies. So we're gonna set this to the power of Satan, my Tenma digital rework station, and I'm gonna pull the chip off of my dead board. There is a cobweb one here. Not anymore. Boom. And then you do that. And it's freaking perfect. Now we're going to shoot it full contact cleaner and scrape up the snot of that chip replacement and the diode. Now let's get ready to rumble. All the power dudes out of the way. You. I hate you, AGA. I hate you. I hate you.
That boy is good.
Now, they're cool when they work. They're neat. Repairing them, scope the crap out of them, waste 50 hours of my life. Original owner CPU. Same ballpark. You get a little gray screen of death. There's blackness, and there's the square of it's not working. Alright, my 6840, external diagram. Nothing. It did go darkness. Tonight's interrupter is brought to us by, betcha it's Kevin. It's Kevin. Celebrating 4,000 views on his video. Very good. And my fat butt ate 6 tacos on a cat plate. 6 white people tacos.
Look at my sexy body. Oh, yeah.
I know. Alright, this is a 50 megahertz BFG. Just has some RAM. Damn it, diagram, why don't you just work with no chips working? This board is toast. It's broken beyond anything. Shut it down. I have other repairs. And I still gotta do Amiga. And all that other crap. My floor is just trashed. Just cables and pies and cables and stuff and crap. Let's put those pigs back in because I'll forget them. Alright, the brain's tired. Regroup, come up with a new plan. Oh, from another day. We're going to hot air off the CIAs because of the 2 that I ordered. U300, U350, and we have no serial on diagram. So we're going to heat this up to 666 degrees Fahrenheit. That's Satan's asshole. And we're going to get these off.
Oh, no, not that. Just come on, you guys, let's do it.
There we go. These 2 are free, and as you can see, no pads lost. We will retin them. I'll put new sockets on them, We'll clean these up with the soldering iron when they cool. The chips have been cleaned. I took all the extra solder off. Little boogers here and there. I got to fix that one little pin right there as a nipple. And the second one all cleaned up. And the sockets have been debraded, or the chip placeholders have been debraded and cleaned and alcoholed. Sockets, you're not going to really see this, but I'm tinning the bottom of the pads. Why? Because the way I do a socket is I'm not popping out the center, okay? We're going in with the Wick precision tools. These suckers are so... I'm going to put the fine tip on after I tin this. I'm sorry if I'm in the way. I'm sorry this camera floats around. It has this eyeball auto tracking feature. That Sony, look at that. Figure it out. It just moves on its own. Hi. Right there. I need you to stop right there, please. Stop. It doesn't listen. Anyway, the pads are tinned. And what I'll do is I'll do the inner one first. That's going to be U300. An important safety tip. Make sure your little arrow there, see that little arrow, is facing the right direction. And ironically, when I look at this viewfinder, it's facing to the left on the viewfinder, but it's actually to the right, which is the back of the board, which is to the left on the camera, because it doesn't do mirror. There we go. You can see the little pins lined up. And because I tin them, I'm able to just touch them. So there you can see the tip of the tip. On an angle, it's actually tinier than that. So let me off camera finish this without the stress of trying to film it. And interrupters of the day. Let's get to the interrupter of the day. You know who it is, right? Anybody want to take a guess who the interrupter of the day is? It's Kevin. He's buying a UPS from Blue Eddy, but looks nice. 2 sockets, and they're straight. Yeah, I burnt a little bit on the plate, but, you know, you're not going to see it. It's underneath. And it's got the rigidity to hold the socket in to prevent flex. Before the Wick era, you know, traditional soldering irons are pretty John Holmes. They have a pretty girthy tip. Yeah, you can see how you can get in fine control. So, precision line. Anyway, I used to pop out the centers of those sockets so I could get in there easier. And easier. And you can get in the socket a lot easier and do it. But when you put the chip in, it kind of like bows the sides and can cause some of those little micro points to break. Remember, machines made these, not humans. I'm chasing 2 stories on this motherboard. I have my computer in a power tower case with a mediator board. The computer was running when a fan I have in the case slipped out of place and landed on top of the mediator daughter board. He pushed the cable aside to see if he could retrieve it, and the fan shifted against the CPU. There was a blue flash and the computer turned off. So the CPU is here. Fan hitting this. Blue flash. I don't know. There's no damage to the board. Mine is up there. Tested the power supply. Fine. Now I went on, the initial email says, "Hi Chris, this is Gerald. I love your videos." I'll blur this out of it showing. I've been a Patreon member for a couple months. My 4000D is needing love and repair. It does work. Was recently recapped and a new battery added. Recently recapped, new battery added. The current issue is the IDE port boots. It works okay. When I install anything in the daughter board, early startup will recognize, but after booting won't load any devices. I had a RE4091 and a Zulu SCSI and a CD-ROM working. Cybervision 64 was working, so was my GVP 2000HC8. The only board that will load seems to be is my Big RAM Plus. I took everything apart, found a trace on the bottom of the motherboard that's bare. That was this one, which I've Sally Hansened up, and it's now covered. The bare trace is something that happened recently. The board was fine after recapping. Not sure if there's a problem with the daughter board or just this trace. One other thing, when I have the RE4091 or GVP installed, is they get very hot. Even when they're working, they get hot. Yeah, they get hot. So this board worked, and then this happened. So I said, wow, that bare cooler is a power rail. Do a continuity test to see if it's alive. Maybe you might need to wire it of significant girth. Explains why you're having low power on live cards. I'll try that. I got beeps from side to side. He goes, I spent some more time. I found I had some crappy power supply adapters. Amiga 4000 power supply with the original, and I have stable, consistent booting. I can get Zorro cards to boot, but after 1.5 to 2 hours, the daughter board and Zorro cards get very hot, and I can smell the heat from the electronics. Then they don't work correctly. I know the smell of electronics getting ready to smoke, so this, with the lid off the case just sitting idle, she needs some love that I can't get her. So at no time was it mentioned that this was in a mediator case and this. So this is a different story than this. What this story is, I don't know. All I know is this Amiga doesn't work. Did it work at one time? Possibly. Is it a CIA that's just causing it not to get the serial to show diagrams so I can get further testing done to figure out what's going on? Is it a Buster issue? Because it is a Buster 11. Does it just need to be reseated? Did the socket go bad? Did we blow a 745 somewhere? Why is it getting so hot? Everything was functioning within decent temperatures besides U304, which we replaced. Quad buffer 75188. Now we're doing CIAs. I also replaced D175 diode, glass diode that was burnt slap up. Is a 1N4001 glass diode. They got a new shirt. Please don't make me do stuff. Doesn't really apply here. Anywho's, I put 2 CIAs sockets, and we got 2 CIAs that were in the board in there. I flipped them. It does absolutely nothing. I'll turn the power on. We'll turn the monitor on. It doesn't matter because all it does is the same black screen. So what we're going to do is this. This is the Lisa chip. Pin 22. Starts here, and I forget which way it goes around, clockwise or counterclockwise. We're going to check. Let me turn this off before I ground something out and blow it up even more. So like pin 22, right? Let's say it's over here. It's called system clock, and system clock generates a MDAT signal from U975 over here on the Three Sisters of Death. The MDAT signal is required for Lisa. So if MDAT is low, no system clock's going to be generated. So it could be 975. One of many things to check. Buster. Another common problem, I'm going to have to disconnect to show you. It's on the bottom of the board. So that's kind of your troubleshooting steps for Amigas. I'm just going to unplug it from here as I'm tired of unplugging this. There is a resistor. Damn it, I always break this. It's called R79, and it's on the Kel connector side. And it's like right near the damn bottom. This thing and this hole, you gotta make sure these touch. I don't know why this is the culprit, but these resistor packs along the Kel connector, big issue. If you're trying multiple CPUs and CIAs and everything you're going to check out, I don't know if that's the problem with this. I don't know. It had a fried power line, and that's it. Let me turn this light back on so I can frickin' see. How does it get screwed up? Look, man. These things are 30 to 35 years old, and anything is possible. Nope, R79 is good. System clock, 3.75, whatever the F9 megahertz. Let's check the MDAT signal. Q down. MDAT signal, square wave, 4.96 volts to 5 volts. I was really hoping one of those didn't work. Let me turn this off. Flat line. Sys clock. There's your sys clock in a wild. So sys clock 4.8 to 5 volts. I moved. We're still stuck in low. That's what I don't get. Generates a brighter screen. Now that you can see it's warming up, so you can maybe possibly see the gray a little better. See it now. So yeah, a little better on that. So if you're gonna put a battery in, here's another side tip. The battery posts that come on your Amiga kit or your whatever board you bought are way longer than the highest post, which would be the power rails, on your machine. They're way too big. Clipping these down, they don't need to be 8 miles long. If this would have went into a case, you could have grounded this out. It would have poked right through the plastic and right into your board, and maybe that's what happened. VSync is present. Pin on Gary. I can't get to Gary because it's on the inside. Gary, F you. What the hell is that? Alright, reset is there. Because I can hit the caps lock until the light goes solid. Okay? And then I can reboot it. and then I see it flash, and then I get my keyboard back. So reset circuit's there.
2 hours later.
9:24 p.m. same day. I posted on the Gadget UK forum for some brain assistance because I'm forgetting something. When your brain's tired, something's going on. Stuck in low. Let's get some clocks. 25 megahertz. Flat. External clock. Second jumper. 25 megahertz. Pin 3. 50 megahertz. And steady. Alright, let's check U141, which is E halt. Stuck in low. Low, high. Alright, so that's not it. That's off. Active, low. Low, high. This is just CPU and clocks and FPU. I gotta go like ROM enable and all this crap. Punch me right in the freaking face. So, as you can see by a couple of these things here, I've been busy. Analogic.co.uk and see how much a freaking, what's it called? Amiga, Paula. Paula. That's not bad. 23 bucks. A whole chipset, 300 euros. Oh, it's 23 euros. So the Amiga 1200 chipset's 300. Amiga 4000 chipset, 400 pounds. Good God almighty. 400 pounds. Alright, so let's do this one. Let's add to cart. Might as well get like 2 or 3 of them. 20 pounds tax for a 23 pound chip. Jesus God. Alright, so we're going to do 2 Paulas. Let's say view cart. That's 46 British monies. £7 tax. Let's see the shipping. Pennsylvania 17313, that's where I live. No quotes are available at this time. That's because he's going to F me on shipping. $26 plus $50 delivery. So $75 for chip. Oh, look at that. Delay line, $28.50. $5, located in Wichita, Kansas. Does it work? Carefully removed and retested. Buy it now. I'm buying it now. Come on. Thank you. Your order is confirmed. $36.43. Alright, so I just bought a delay line. Oh, I gotta buy Paulas. One extracted Paula. Right here. Didn't look too bad, but, you know, hot aired it off. One replacement Paula. Whoa, hi. One Paula socket I just got soldered in. I'm getting ready to do the wiggle pin test. And after 327 machines, I am sick of Amiga 4000s. They're the weakest of my flex. So if her teeth weren't perfect, but you still gave a good one, you wouldn't tell anybody. Right? So if you guys are wondering why Amiga boards are so costly, take all your crap off of your 1200 or 4000 and get all new chips. You're gonna blow a couple $100 just in logic. This isn't even resistors, resistor packs, ceramics, diodes. This is just TTL logic, meaning the little black chips and gals and pals and clocks and flip-flops and gates and stuff. That's just that. You're not counting voltage regulators, capacitors, ceramic caps, resistor packs, pin headers, power thoods, these ports and sockets and kells and these things, riser dudes. And then if you need a custom chip, like I need 2 of these, that was, I don't know, close to $200 or over. I forget. You gotta look. with the import tax and tariff F, even though the United States and Great Britain don't have a tariff trade right now. We're equal. So, oh, it's freaking 9:43 p.m. After 4 days, I enlisted the help of the Godfather. And lo and behold, we have diagram. What was it? Well, after pages and pages and pages of his brain, he's like, hey, pull out the buster and we'll bypass the 12-volt data bus and all these 245s. I'm like, okay. Sorry, I was eating chicken. Go figure. And I pulled the buster out and it worked. I put a buster 7 in because that's what I had. And this is a buster 11. Unfortunately, busted. I even shot this full of deoxit. So, that's fine. 7. I had a 9, but I gave it away in another repair. This one has a buster nothing. So I don't even have any. That is my spare right there. So that's the chip we're going to give out. And get the owner back in action. Holy crap. That is a feeling, I tell you what, like no other. When you get a board that you've been effing with forever, so listen and work. You know what? We're just going to use the expensive mouse. The Dr. Chris edition, Amiga 3000 belly mouse. Let's turn this move off. I gotta clean this room up. Okay, thank you for your brain. I greatly appreciate it. You'll see yourself in a video in about 2 or 3 months.
Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me. But until that day, accept this justice as a gift.
We're back to diagram. Mr. Hertel, the Godfather, John, says that diagram is going back to 9600 because it's been screwing people up with the 19.2. So the daily builds of diagram, I'll have to erase these and go back. Anywho, let's hit it. So this is the 19.2. You'll see this flash a multitude of colors. Yeah, that's wild. FPU is a 6060. It's not. It's the 3630 or the A3400. Whatever you want to call it. I don't care about that. It sucks when you go to Google things and you only find your own videos. We're okay. CIAs are good. Oh, the Paula. I did a Paula too. Mr. Hertel, the Godfather, thank you for your brain. I'm sorry I was a dummy and didn't even think to pull the buster out. Because I assumed. You know what they say about assume? Ass of you and me. And that's what it does. You're like, oh, it's a buster 11. Nothing can happen to it. So what we've demised is this. The owner had a mediator power tower. Right there. That's a mediator power tower. A fan fell off the CPU, which is kind of like above the mediator sits here. And it's got a, right here, it has a 12 volt P8. An AT power supply, the white thing, it's like one of those. And fan fell, owner reaches in to grab fan, possibly, now those P8s, those mediators are just a little bit picky. If you fart, breathe, move, adjust, if gravity shifts 0.02 hertz, they mess up. So much so that I think he grabbed, when he reached in to grab the fan, something sparked, shot a grounded 12 volt line of something down the riser busboard Zorro card thingy, the mediator, into this line on the Zorro that shot up to the diode and exploded it. But who does the bus mastering for the Amiga? Super Buster. Unfortunately, it's 11. Now, we've got diagram working. I got the owner's kickstart ROMs working. Everything's cool.
Everything's cool. Everything's cool.
So, this is what? 328 Amigas have been saved with your help and with Mr. Hertel's help and the Gadget UK guys on the Gadget UK forum for their suggestions, and we just worked in reverse to remove. Started with I gotta put a clock chip in here because we deduced that if your RPC 305, the clock chip over here gets borked on D178 because of battery damage, which this didn't have, it can hold the machine in a state of low and cause it to not work. So keep that in mind for the future, guys. If you have a black screen 4000, number one, cut the clock chip out and get D178 out of there. That's the little tri-state diode dude next to that little thing right there, and this chip. So take that out. You can put it in a socket. So I got to do the memory, I got to do the clock chip, because pulling that out will loosen up any ground that travels through this bus, okay? Not that it's required, but if it's in there and it's borked, it will cause a condition where it's going to hang low. Your reset bus is going to be stuck in low. Your reset bus should be high. It's called active low, meaning when you activate it, it goes low. So triple finger, it goes low, high, and then you get rolling. So this now has a Buster 7, which is what the 4000 came with. Unfortunately, a Buster 11 has bit the farm. I will return this with the owner's repair, along with the other bad parts that we have replaced. 2 diagrams, 16 beers, 5 chicken tenders, and 2 chicken breasts. Now most of this is just me writing crap down, and that's parts I ordered. Why? Because I need parts, I'm running out, and you guys are my saviors. So thank you all who watch this channel. I can't fix everything, but I sure do try. And what in the hell is this thing binking? Oh, the battery's dead. Oh shit. Energize. ATK's in the drive, clock is in, battery backed up solution is in, ATK on the screen. Now, in case any of you younger folk lived to 2079, 2080 is the last clock date we have. You can tell by this time, that is the time, 33. Alright. Save and exit. Time keeps on ticking. We're going to turn the power off on the power supply, so it sucks it all through. I turned the button off too. Turn the button back on and press the button. And now let's see if the time held. The time held. That chip's working. The time holds. Yay! Battery backed up. Clock is now clocking. So that's it for this one. By the time this video comes out, Mr. Gerald should have his board back. I wrote him an email with everything. He says it's good news, sorta. He needs the Buster 11 for a ZZ9000 or something. But, you know, hey, it's alive. It took me like 30 hours. And for La YouTube land, it's a short video. Maybe 20-30 minutes. I don't know. That's what I usually try to edit them down to. And that's all I got. So, thank you for watching. Thank you, supporters, for continuing to help me out. And I hope you learned something.
Amazing drive, Chris. Keep the Amiga dream alive. Please consider joining the Patreon.
Yo, it's Big Snoop, D.O. Double Gears. When people ask me, do I really know Dr. Chris? To which I say, hell yeah, I know him.
Thanks for checking this out. And as Dr. Chris says, thanks for watching, and we hope you learned something.
Wow, that was great. Please consider helping Dr. Chris.
Dr. Chris, he's the best there ever was. I can tell you that personally, besides me, of course.
What do you know from funny, you bastard?